Hi, I'm
Okay.
Sadie,
And I'm Liz.
and we are doing our presentation on El Monte, California. This is the official district map of El Monte, which shows how the city is divided into six districts. Each district is represented by a council member who serves a local community. The map highlights major streets, neighborhoods, and freeways like the 10 and 605. Understanding these districts is important because it helps show how city resources and decisions are managed across different parts of El Monte. So El Monte is considered an urban city because it has a high population density with over 100,000 residents living in a small area. The city is mostly built up with limited open space and has busy streets, businesses, and public transportation systems. It is also located in Los Angeles County and is part of the Greater Los Angeles metropolitan area. El Monte has a population of around 109,450 people, with a median household income of about 64,991. This shows that while the city has a large and active community, income levels remain pretty modest compared to other cities in Los Angeles County.
About 23% of El Monte residents are under 18 years old, with the majority of adults between 18 and 64. Seniors aged 65 and over make up around 13% of the population. The gender breakdown is nearly even, with 50.4% females and 49.6% males. El Monte is a diverse city, with a majority of residents, around 70,819, identifying as Hispanic or Latino. There are large populations of individuals identifying as some other race at 42,168, Asians at 33,198, and about 16,762 residents identifying as two or more races.
There are approximately 29,893 housing units in El Monte. About 38.7% of homes are owner occupied, while 61.3% are rented. The median gross rent is 1,673 per month, reflecting concerns about housing affordability in the community.
Amani has an unemployment rate of 4.9%, which is within the top 100 highest unemployment rates in California. It has few job agencies listed through the actual city, as most of them are independent. As far as education goes, 32% of students speak or are learning English, and most students are Latino. It is also common for students to miss class on a very frequent basis, making their education difficult.
El Monte experiences a total crime rate of nearly 30 incidents per 1,000 residents each year, which translates to about a 1 in 34 chance of any crime occurring. Property crime is particularly concerning at approximately 21 per 1,000. Vehicle theft has an estimated 6.24 incidents per 1,000 residents. On a more positive note, drug-related crimes are relatively low at about 1.77 per 1,000, which is better than 70% of cities. Overall, while some crime categories are significantly elevated, others, like drug-related offenses, remain pretty controlled.
To better understand the experiences of El Monte residents, we created a short community survey focused on everyday concerns in the city. This survey included questions about safety, housing, community connection, public services, and overall quality of life. Our goal was to hear directly from residents about what they think are the biggest issues in their city and how they feel about living in El Monte.
So the first question is, how would you describe the sense of community that you feel living in El Monte? We have 15 responses. 46.7% voted weak, 33.3% voted no sense of community, and 20% voted strong. The second question is, what is the most important problem facing El Monte? We got 15 responses with 13.3% on overdevelopment, 13.3 for trash and litter, and 13.3 for crime, safety, drug use, gangs, and 20% for affordability and cost of living.
Our next questions were asking residents how they feel about the overall quality of life in El Monte. 20% said getting better, 13.3% said staying about the same, and 66.7% of people said that it was getting worse. The following question was whether or not residents are confident El Monte's leader will solve challenging problems facing the city. 73.3% strongly disagreed. Around 11% said they did not know, and 20% said they somewhat agreed.
For the following question, I feel safe from crime in Almani. 73.3% voted strongly disagree, with 20% voting somewhat disagree. How would you rate the availability of affordable housing living in Almani? 73.3% said very poor and 20% said fair.
Next, we asked residents how accessible they found public transportation in El Monte. 66.7% said very inaccessible, 20% said very accessible, and around 20% total said that it was somewhat inaccessible or they were neutral towards the subject. We then asked them how they would rate the cleanliness and maintenance of public spaces, such as streets, sidewalks, and parks in El Monte. 66.7% said very poor, 20% said fair, and 13.3% said poor.
Do you feel that your voice is heard in city discussions or local government matters? 60% voted never, with 20% voting no answer available, and 13.3% voting sometimes. And how would you rate the cleanliness of maintenance of public spaces in Almani? 66.7 voted very poor, 20% voted fair, and 13.3 voted poor. In our survey, residents of El Monte shared several key concerns. The most common issues were the high cost of living, safety concerns, and poor access to basic services like transportation and housing. Many people also felt there was a weak sense of community and pointed out problems with local infrastructure. However, our research had some limitations. With only 15 responses, the sample size was small and may not reflect the views of the whole city. Most of our questions were multiple choice, so people could not explain their answers in detail. We also didn't collect information like age or income, so it's harder to understand how concerns might differ between groups. Overall, while the survey gave us helpful insights, a larger and more detailed study would provide a clearer picture of community needs.
Based on the data from our community survey and census research, the main problem we want to focus on is affordable housing and high cost of living in El Monte. A majority of residents reporting housing is unaffordable, with over 61% of people renting and a median rent cost of $1,673. Many also feel disconnected from the community and experience poor access to services. We are proposing the city increase affordable housing programs and implement renter protection policies such as rent control expansions, affordable housing developments, and financial assistance programs for low-income families. This solution would help reduce housing insecurity, lower cost burdens on families, and improve overall quality of life. It would also support stronger community stability, reducing displacement, and helping residents feel more connected to their neighborhoods. We are choosing to contact the mayor because she serves the entire city of El Monte and has the authority to prioritize citywide policies and programs that can address affordable housing and improve community conditions. Thank you.
Thank you.